What's up, YouTube? Black Ass here with another video presentation. My name is E.B.N. and I wanted to talk about something that, is very important to a lot of niggas, and that is their childhood. Whether it's cartoons or live action, like kid shows, you know, for me, it holds a special place in my heart. No matter how old I am, I will always be a kid in heart. Yes, mentally I'm a grown man, but sometimes I would like to reminisce on what life used to be like as a kid. Because I could safely say it's better than my adult life, and I could really be myself and turn back the hands of time when life was more simple. And the reason why I made this video was because two of my very crucial parts of my childhood, these very two people have died recently. Kevin Conroy, who played Batman, and John David Frank, who was Tommy from the original Power Rangers, the Green Ranger. And I'll start off with Kevin Conroy first. Kevin Conroy, and this is just my opinion, will always be Batman, bro. Like, his voice is so iconic, and it's probably the most recognizable voices in cartoon, animation history. Like, whenever I didn't hear his voice when Batman was being portrayed on screen, this is no offense to any actor that played him, but I just couldn't recognize him. I couldn't feel, any believability that was Batman, if it wasn't Kevin Conroy. And, may this man rest in peace, and may this man be given his flowers, because ever since I could remember, I would always watch Batman, like, as a kid, and I would always be fascinated by how he captured that character in a way that not really a lot of people could, pull off. He was very a believable Batman. Now, I don't know him personally, but from what I've heard from people, he's a pretty, he's a pretty good dude. And it's just sad how at his age, he was fairly somewhat young. I think it was like 50 something. Even then, at that age, that's that's kind of young, man. Like, and it's sad because, like, he was loved by a lot of people, man. And like, Batman was like my nigga. Like, probably one of the first superheroes next to Superman, that I really liked. And like, as a character, when he was the voice, it felt like it was like real, man. Like, you know, there's not a lot of cartoon character voice actors that I could really say that for. You know, sure there are some that from my childhood could still live up to that, like, you know, that aura, but he was one of those that like can stand the test of time, man. You know, and I'm just gonna miss that from my childhood, man. Like, you know, a lot of people love this dude to death, damn near. And you know, life isn't always good to some people. Uh, there's a lot of niggas that go through a lot of shit that the average person doesn't understand, and it's really hard to move in life sometimes. You know, and just like a lot of actors, you know, like Chadwick Boseman, you know, sometimes I can't believe that they've even passed. And his death was a while ago. I think a couple years back. And still I just can't believe it. Like, you know, people like that were solid people, man. Like, a lot of what kids were going through, whether they had a good day or a bad day, I would always watch like Justice League, or I would have like the DVD. I would go to the library and just watch Justice League, and I would always hear the voice that I've always wanted to hear was his, man. You know, I was always like, what is Batman up to today, man? You know, you know. But I don't. He won't be forgotten, man. Like, if anything, this just makes me want to watch or rewatch all of the every project he was on, man. Every cartoon he was in. It makes me want to replay The Dark Knight uh, again, because of his voice. Like, this dude was such a good voice actor that I damn near think he was Batman, like in real life. And Kevin Conroy, may you rest in peace, man. You know, you will not be forgotten. Sure as hell not by me. So, prayers to his family. Uh, I just can't believe it. Like, somebody as good as a person as him, I just can't. I just can't process his death. Like, you know. But another person that passed away from what I just learned earlier today, or actually an hour ago, the cause of death was John David Frank, who played Tommy from the Power Rangers. And, you know, Power Rangers to me was everything, my nigga. Like, that was really the TV show that I really loved. And I would say that for a lot of niggas, you know. Like, damn near every day I would watch this show and feel something. Like, being born in like the early 2000s or 2000 in itself, like, we had a lot of good TV shows as children, man. Like, a lot. You'd damn near think I was obsessed with TV at the time, but that's okay. A lot of kids were, just because of the TV shows. But one that always stands out was Power Rangers, man. Power Rangers was the shit. You could ask any nigga older than me by 10 years and they'll still say Power Rangers is the shit. Even younger niggas, younger than me, you know, they'll still say Power Rangers is the shit. Or they'll say Power Rangers is cool. And Power Rangers was a part of my childhood that I will never forget, man. Like, even wearing red sometimes, or whatever color. Like, when I was a kid, I always felt like a Power Ranger for real. Like, it didn't matter what color. I just felt like I was like a Power Ranger for real. Like, and even still to this day, I think Power Rangers is still cool. It still maintains its coolness, you know. Like, it's still fucking amazing. Like, whether it's the fighting, whether it's the, like, you know, the art style, the explosions, the fucking, the Zords and shit. Like, Power Rangers was a dope ass fucking TV show, bro. Looking back at it, it was fucking amazing. But the one Ranger who was the coolest to me was Tommy, bro. And him being in the first ever, like, season of Power Rangers, when that shit actually launched, it was kind of ahead of my time, but I still would rewatch his season. I would still go back and watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know, I think I had, like, if y'all remember this, a cassette tape. Yes, I said that, a cassette tape. You know, I'm not young, niggas. You know, I am, but I could remember shit. You know, it was either a cassette or a DVD, and I would watch Mighty Morphin. You know, and I always thought Tommy was the coolest nigga. You know, and when he came back on the newer seasons a couple years ago, like, my nostalgia and my love for Power Rangers, like, it came back. And I kid you not, I shed a fucking tear when I saw all of the whole, like, every Power Ranger damn near from every, like, season and every iteration of Power Rangers since the fucking beginning came back. And I kid you not, bro, I shed a tear of joy. Because in 2015 or 16, at the time, Power Rangers was already long gone from my memory banks. Like, I was on some other shit. But when I saw him come back, when I saw that whole big ass army of Power Rangers, like, that made me really happy. And that made me really sad at the same time, because I was like, damn, my childhood was the shit. But when I heard he passed away, I was, you know, I was shocked. Like, I didn't know he had passed this early in his life. I think it was like 50 something. Again, that's still pretty young to die. But his cause of death was even sadder, because he had committed suicide. And here I thought he died from natural causes. You know. And the one thing I tell you, man, like, when it comes to people, you truly don't know what a lot of niggas are going through. And in life, um, especially those who are famous, it's really hard to know what is going through somebody's mind, you know? And that's why I tell you guys, like, you know, you shouldn't really judge people because they could be going through something traumatic, or they could be going through something that is really personal. But here you are insulting them, calling them names, all that shit. You really don't know, you know? That's why I never really judge people. Well, I do, but I try not to, like, harass people. That's what I'm really trying to say, you know? And it's just sad, man, like, with most of these famous people. I mean, just because they got a lot of money and they might not live the average person lifestyle, they're still human, man. At the end of the day, we're all human, you know? And I just pray for his family. I just pray for the fan base. Like, it really, like, it really made me, like, really, like, sad for real, man. And I could understand what he's going through because, believe it or not, you know, I tried, you know, doing that. I thought about it numerous times, man. Because in my life, I just didn't feel like nobody gave a damn. But, you know, it's really sad, man. Like, every time I'd see him at Comic Con for, like, Power Ranger panels on YouTube, like, this dude would be so, like, cool, man. Like, this dude was the coolest nigga, I thought, out of all of them, bro. Tommy, bro. Like, but I gotta go to work, y'all. A couple minutes late, but pray for these people, man. People from our childhood that, to us, we thought they lived pretty good and average lives, but in reality, you really don't know what a lot of people are going through. So I just wanted to give my thoughts on those two people, two very crucial parts of my childhood and a lot of other people's childhood, man. But with that, y'all, may they rest in peace, man. Peace.